I was glad when you called. Even though your voice trembled through the line. I was glad when the world you had built began to crumble and everything came crashing for you. I was glad when the sky finally fell. When the storm you had outrun found its way to your doorstep. I was glad when the ground gave way and everything sunk. But somehow, you stood still, watching the ruins and learning what's left when everything else is gone. I was glad when your company were gone and the mask fell off and you finally saw the faces for what they were. Zombies are not bodies. Pretenders are not partners. I was glad, not because you lost them, but because you found you. And I could say your way back to us. I was glad you finally remembered the sound of safety. The arms that never left. The heart that never closed its door for you. I was glad that like a sheep, you could finally hear the shepherd's voice again. Though small and still and distant to you, your feet could finally run again, this time toward the light and not away from love. You had left home in a rush, before my true intentions for you could ripen into words that I could communicate. You had left home without a proper goodbye, like the breeze slipping through the blinds before dawn fully wakes. Your chair still leaning toward your shadow, your cup still waiting on the table, as though time itself refused to believe you truly walked away. You had left us home with a void, a quiet, aching hollow, a shade of color no other hand could mix, a presence that no other soul could imitate. So I was glad when you came back to talk, to heal, to be made whole, to taste of the medicine that your soul had forgotten, to rest in the embrace that had always waited for your return from the cold. So don't hate me for my gladness, for I take no pleasure in your troubles. But I rejoice that if for no other service, your pain has brought you home. That your falling has become a calling, and that your breaking, your becoming. Because sometimes love has to wait in silence until the storm brings you home. And when it does, I was glad, so very glad.